welcome to Cat Chat, and this is the new year, 2019.
I hope everybody had a very nice and safe holiday.
Yes, nice and safe, yes. And it is 56 degrees outside in Cleveland, Ohio.
Go figure.
Oh my gosh, did you hear the storm this morning?
Yes, I did.
Oh my gosh, I thought the house was gonna fall over. It was really windy, and my cats don't care, but the dog, who's 70 pounds, was flying. He broke the bedroom door down and flew into the bed like a child.
Aww.
He was so scared. Of course, we didn't make him leave. This little girl's been living with me. Hi, this is Ellie.
Ellie, what
This
a
is
sweetie.
Ellie.
So what's up with Ellie?
Well, Ellie is my little lover bugger, and she came to us, Wayne County Animal Shelter called, and they call us on a regular basis when they get cats and kittens, especially with disabilities. Maybe they need an eye removed or a leg amputated or tail, this, that, or what have you. And they're viable kittens. It is a healthy little kitten, except that it needs something special. And she has a foot that's actually going in the wrong direction. Hey, I'm sorry, that doesn't normally happen, but this is her foot, unfortunately. I don't know, Andy, can you see that? And thank you, Andy, for being here behind the camera. There's her little foot. It's going in the wrong direction. So I said, of course we'll take her. We take in these kind of cats all the time when they don't have anywhere else to go. It's going to cost this organization the cost of an amputation and so forth, but our own doctor is perfectly capable of doing it. She's a surgeon, and she has done that before. But what happened was Ellie came in much smaller. It was before Christmas. Remember,
Right.
Debbie?
Yes.
She was tiny. And you want to hold her?
Cute face.
She's so cute. So what happened was she came in and she was real small. She was only 1 pound, 12 ounces, but she also had a major hernia. And her hernia, because she was so tiny, her hernia was almost on the floor. It was sticking out of her belly.
All better.
And but it's all better. And the doctor wanted to do her hernia surgery, and then a week later her spay, and then a week later her amputation. And I thought, that was, for me, that might have been too much under anesthesia, so I asked her to do the spay and the hernia at the same time, which she did. And this little girl, because normally you wouldn't put a kitten under 2 pounds under any anesthesia, ever.
Right.
But
They
the
had to.
hernia could have been life-threatening in it of itself. So Smiley here, and as you can see, her little white makes it look like she's always smiling, which she is, because she is a happy cat. She crashed on us, and it was days before Christmas, so of course I took her home, and she
mama.
wouldn't eat for me. I had to give her fluids every day,
That's her mama, see her?
That's my girlie. And so I've had her for the last, let's see, today's the 8th.
2-3 weeks?
So I've had her for
Almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, almost 3 weeks I've had her, and she's now 2 pounds, 5 ounces. The doctor now does not want to amputate her leg until she's 4 months old, or 4 pounds. 4 pounds, 4 months. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask anybody who is interested in adopting her to go ahead and adopt her, and then bring her back when she's between 4 and 5 pounds. It would be now at a discretion of, no more than 5 pounds.
Right.
And then let's get her leg off, because it will cause her to have residual problems in her life. She runs and she plays and she climbs and she jumps, and she has no problem doing any of those things, except for that her elbow, she uses her elbow, and it's always hitting the floor, so my husband calls her Thumper, because you hear the little thump, thump, thump. He says, "Come here, Thumper." But that, over time, is going to be a sore all the
Right.
time, and it's not good for her to be hitting that bone all the time like that. So right now, it's not so much of a problem. And the room that she's in is my bedroom. You know, my husband and my bedroom and bathroom, and our bedroom is carpeted. So she runs and plays on the carpet. Doesn't seem to be a problem. But she's my little angel. And of course, my Gus, who is a three-legged cat,
That's right. So she
has been talking to her.
telling her what's going to happen.
Well, you know, Gussie is Uncle
Best cat
Gus.
in the world.
Best cat in the world. Fell in love with her instantly and has been her roommate for the last 3 weeks. And I think he had a lot to do, too, with her eating because we put food down. Cats tend to not want the other cat to eat everything, so they'll go over and eat. And that really helped out with that. But what got her to start eating was my husband, who is the saint of all saints, right? I was in bed one morning and he brought me breakfast in bed and it had bacon on it and she smelled the bacon. And she came over and I broke up a few pieces and I said a prayer, please start eating. And she gorged on bacon. And I was like, well, this might not be the best thing for her. Who doesn't love bacon?
I know.
I always said if it wasn't for bacon, I probably could be a vegetarian. But I can't because I love bacon too much. But she devoured the bacon.
So then your husband, she told me this story. This is very interesting. So her husband, who always thinks outside the box, went down. Well, he was trained, I should say.
Yeah.
But went downstairs and took a chicken breast, and you told him how to make it.
Yeah, we've often done this.
Yeah.
Chicken breast, boiled chicken breast is the most palatable, digestible, easy on the stomach food an animal can have, and even us if we're wanting meat. So when you have a sick animal, the best thing you can do is make some rice. You can either give them rice, boiled white rice,
okay,
or you can boil chicken. And we boil, we've done this so many times over the years, 15 years. He knew to go get a piece of frozen chicken breast, put it on the stove, you boil it 10 minutes. When it's done boiling, you take it out and you put it in a food processor. Then it processes it down to like almost a powder. And he put that down in front of her and she started going to town. And I said, okay, hallelujah, she's going to live. But which I knew she would make it, but it was a matter of when would she start eating. And so we did that, and she's been eating ever since, and now she's 2 pounds, 5 ounces. And she's a good little girl. She uses her litter box. She has no trouble getting around anywhere. She's a mama's girl, which is why I brought her in, because if I kept her the next 6 weeks, that it's going to at least be 6 weeks before we see her at 4 pounds, then I felt like she would acclimate to my house, and it would be, Gussie already was sad. He saw her in the carrier, and I swear he was saying goodbye telepathically because they were just staring at each other. They looked pretty forlorn at that moment, and I wasn't making it up. I felt bad for the cat because he knew his friend was leaving again. Because I bring cats home, and then they go, and they bring another one home, and they go.
She brings these kittens home, and Gus is the surrogate mother, does everything for these kittens except nurse them, potties them, takes care of them.
If they need it, if they're that old.
It's the best cat. We're not exaggerating. He is just the sweetest cat.
He is.
We've talked about him many times, and one of these days you're going to have to bring him for the show.
I will.
Because
if you ask him for a kiss, he'll give you a kiss, but he doesn't lick it. He doesn't lick your nose. He rubs his face on your nose. All you have to do is say, Gussie, kisses, and no matter what he's doing, he gets up and he comes over and he rubs on my face.
Doesn't
like
he play
that.
fetch with you too?
And he plays fetch. He brings it back every time with these little springs.
Yes.
Those little package of springs. So we say, Gussie, springtime. And he's like, oh, there's one on the floor over there.
Looking for it.
Actually, there is really one over there on the floor. We say, Gussie, springtime. And he knows, and he's up and about, and he'll bring it back every time. He's an amazing little cat. Not a normal, I'll do it when I feel like it cat. He's a sweetie, but she's very attached to him, but she does not know strangers. She'll probably go right into the kitten room and start playing with everybody. She likes the dogs. Everybody.
So this is a perfect cat for you.
Yeah.
Just if you do come and adopt her, you will have to agree that you will bring her back for her surgery.
Right. And we're going to probably have to keep her for a certain number of days and make
After
sure
the
that
surgery,
she
yeah.
did well again, because the first time she didn't do well. Maybe it was the anesthesia.
She was young,
But
too.
she also had 2 major surgeries.
Yes.
She had a huge hernia taken off, and all of her female parts were taken out, which normally for a kitten doesn't even faze them. Usually they come out of it playing.
And she was under 2 pounds.
And she was
so-
under 2 pounds. So, but by the time she's ready for a leg amputation, which is a pretty major surgery
Yes.
again, it's going to be very painful. We'll have pain meds and stuff, but we'll want to monitor
We'll
here.
keep her-
We
These
have
are-
Quinn.
And Tuffy.
Okay, tell us about Quinn and Tuffy.
Well, we have a very, very dedicated volunteer, Cindy. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
And she had somebody that had these kittens.
Beautiful.
And we don't
Okay,
usually have
easy.
kittens this small at this
Easy.
time of the year. And so we took them in. And this Tuffy is a name for a reason, because he beats up Quinn all the time. But they're playing.
This is a girl.
They will be
And
ready.
that's a boy.
Yeah, they'll be ready for adoption in about a week. They just came in, so they have to be fixed, and we got to test them. And that's what's going to happen today. Your big day, yes.
Yeah.
They are just the sweetest things. I mean,
They're
just
about-
look at them.
They're about 9 weeks old, 10 weeks at the most. Probably 9 weeks old, it looks like. Very cute. They won't last long, because we don't
No.
have any kittens left.
We don't.
You adopted out so many.
Thank you to everybody. And
Thank you.
So, our big adoption, our big one for the year, or 2018, and you guys heard this before about Sophie. Sophie was a declawed cat with prettiest eyes, very moody, very yelled at us nonstop. Yelled at us.
Ate everybody's lunch,
Ate
though.
everybody's lunch. If they were at the old place, they were eating in the room where, we had one big, huge living room, and just thought everything was for her, and she got adopted. And I want to say thank you to those people, and they were already called and said they knew her attitude, because they were here 3 times to visit her. Her new name is Sophie Marie. She's going to be spoiled, only cat. I actually cried up on that one, because she's been here for a long time, and she was a special cat. So I want to thank all the people who adopted cats in the last month as Christmas cats, and so we're low on numbers, but we're bringing them in. We're bringing them in. So
Well, thank you to all the volunteers who here daily deal with all of the cats that have catitude, who fall in love with them, who have their issues, and take care of them and give them their lunch meat and
Oh, yeah.
everything else. And, it's hard on everybody to see them go, because they are here for so long, but it's the name of the game, and we're all thrilled for Sophie that she got such a great home.
Yes.
And that's the name of the game.
They love her.
When a cat like Sophie goes, we actually will be able to place, with the amount of time that she was here,
Yes.
we could have placed 50, 60 other kittens, because she's taken up a spot. We only have so many spots. So when people give us cats that are sick or hard to place, you figure this kitten's going to go, we're going to be able to bring another one.
Right.
That kitten goes, we bring in another one. When Sophie comes, she's taken up a spot for 2 years.
and it was 2 years.
2 years. So we can't lock out all of our spots with cats like Sophie, or we just never will make an effective,
Right.
we'll never be an effective organization. And I think that's what happens to a lot of organizations that end up closing down. They feel so bad for the hard to place ones. And then you stop becoming a shelter, you become a rescue, and from rescue you become a sanctuary. And those are 3 different things.
Yes, they are.
We're a shelter, and we get to pick and choose who comes in the door, because we're a private shelter. We do rescue them. When people come in and say, I want to rescue a cat from you, it's kind of offensive. If you look around, there's nothing to be rescued from. We've already done that. We've already rescued them from their situation. In most cases, they're not even rescued. They were being fed. They were okay. They were just needing to be rehomed. But we get why people think that they're rescuing an animal. But from there, you do have rescues that simply get them in and put them out as is. And that's not us. But then from there, you have sanctuaries. And sanctuaries are those that end up closing their doors because they lock out at a certain number, way beyond what they really can care for. They're not able to adopt these cats out. No money's coming in. And pretty soon, they're out of business. Yeah. I've seen it so many times in the last 20 years that I've been doing this. So thank goodness we leave certain spots open for cats like Sophie, and we were loving on her, but now we have an opening. Now it's good.
So with that said too, as many of you guys know, we moved to our new place. We're at the old Quick Fix, and I highly suggest people come and check out how beautiful and how nice it's laid out.
Thank you.
Wendy has done an outstanding job. Thank you to her brother who did everything. But you guys, everybody that does come in, they say highly nice things about it. So please come by, check us out, check with the cats. They love to be pet. And we do have a lot of older cats here that are just perfect, who needs a home. And they are great cats. So here is a gorgeous orange female, which is very odd, right?
25% are females, 75% are males. When you're talking about orange.
Look at her. She
just got her flea treatment, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
She's beautiful.
She was beautiful. She was adopted and
dark.
returned back.
This is a classic tabby. So if you hold her up so that they can see the side of her, you see the round pattern in here. In this area right here, you see this round
perfect
pattern.
On the other side.
This beautiful circle, this beautiful pattern on this cat. That's a classic, and I always try to tell people, remember that the C is a round letter and the side pattern is round, so that's classic. That's a classic tabby. Beautiful cat.
There we go.
There you go.
She's gorgeous.
5 months old.
Yes, she's...
What's her name?
Her name is Heather.
Beautiful name for a beautiful cat.
She came in with brothers and sisters, and they all got adopted. And
oh, wow.
Like I say, she got adopted and returned. The dog didn't like her.
In one day?
2 days, actually.
2 days, okay,
and
2 days.
So the dog didn't like her. It's not her not liking a dog. It was her. The dog did not like her. Mm-hmm. And granted, they should have gave it more... Please give it some more time.
Yeah.
I mean, I took a kitten home, and my dog and her did not get along, and now they're best buddies. I mean, they sleep together all the time.
But you have to be careful, though, with dogs if they really don't like the cat and might want to hurt the cat. Then it's appropriate to bring him back. Yeah, we don't have a problem with that at all. We always say if in the first week you don't think it's going to work out, 2 weeks actually, bring him back, no questions asked. We're going to just take him back because you don't want...
I'm going to do something on TV right now. I'm going to correct Wendy. I do ask questions now.
Okay.
Because you know why? If it's something, behavior or something that I can tell, because I'm going to be totally honest with you, when you come in here and look at a cat. And I'm going to tell you this cat was returned, and I'm going to tell you why. And so when somebody brings a cat back and there's a certain reason, like maybe the cat was doing this or doing that, I want to make sure that the new adopter is aware of it.
Well, we always find out.
Yeah,
I mean, they always tell us, but we aren't going to judge based on it.
We don't judge.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Never judge. So she's right.
No, she's right. We don't ask questions. People tell us the story.
They do.
But we aren't going to like drill them and say,
we're not going to say, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? We don't. We want what's best. And there's just sometimes a cat does not work out at your house. And
if they're already back here with the cat, they're already made up their mind.
Right. And they're unhappy. You're unhappy. The cat's unhappy. Everybody's unhappy. And that's not going to be a good household.
Yeah. And sometimes they pick a different cat and it works out beautifully.
And it has happened many times.
Many times.
A gentleman just came in who had a cat, brought the cat back because the cat was misbehaving. And he actually ended up taking 2. And he came back because he had to get something from next door. And he said they're the best cats he's ever had. So, and the one that he brought back has been adopted, and they love her. So,
That's the way we want it.
okay,
Yeah,
we're going
that's
to get
the way we
another
want it.
kitty.
Isn't she cute?
She's a beauty.
She's gorgeous.
Plus, Wendy was
Look at that
asking,
beautiful
we do
tail.
have a bunch of other orange ones that will be ready too, and they are love bugs. And the lady just brought in the sister, who is a calico that had her tail removed, and the mom, a calico mom that's sweet, because I know people love their calicos. So I would like for you guys to meet Fluffy.
Hi, Fluffy.
Gorgeous.
Oh, feral cat.
Farrah, well, the guy found her outside. I gotta say, this guy was just the nicest guy. He has 4 cats. He's highly allergic. And this one was in his porch, and they were going down to Orlando. He asked me weeks ago. He was on the waiting list, and we were able to take him. Finally, he's been on a waiting list for probably over 2 months. She's young. She is so sweet.
She is.
Somebody already had her fixed.
As a feral.
As a
That's why
feral.
they cut off their left ear.
So this
You
cat
never know.
here,
She's pretty.
she is just, and she's young.
Hi.
And
Do you want to
she's
see the
just
baby?
gorgeous, and she looks
That's
like
my
our
baby.
Ashlyn, who everybody should know. Ashlyn, our old girl, who's
Yes.
just the queen of kitten crazy, and just, I mean,
She's a
gonna
sweetie.
be
And
up
she
for
came with
adoption.
another cat?
no,
Just this one?
Yeah, he just
Okay.
brought this one.
You're
and,
beautiful,
and you know,
girl.
just
Look
the
at
nicest
you.
guy. He works for this big computer
Look at
company,
you.
and he met his wife, and she was a cat lover, and so he had to be a cat lover. And he's
What a nice
highly allergic. I
girl.
felt bad for him, but
Pretty
he was in
girl.
tears when he dropped her off. That's how much he loved this cat, and he has 4 others. And so he just
She
said,
should be an indoor cat, right?
I think she should. He says that she's a lap cat. Very sweet, very playful. She's a little upset because she's new here.
Look her teeny tiny paws. She's going to be little.
Yeah.
Oh, she's tiny.
But she's gorgeous. And I have a special
she's using my
spot
hand
for
as a pillow.
Wendy likes her orange kitties. I like my gray kitties.
Hi, pretty girl.
They're
Did
just
you like
so
to
beautiful.
smell? Look at your cute little paws. And she didn't even care that I had her paw in my hand. Usually they don't like their paws touched at all until you train them to like their paws being touched. You have to pat them down their arms and
She's watching her hand go back and forth. Look at her.
We're not supposed to play with hands. Hands are for petting. Hair is for playing.
So she will be ready for adoption. And,
Tuka.
you know, she's gorgeous. She's under a year. I would love to have her find a home.
Yeah,
They all deserve good homes.
right.
They do.
She's pretty. And that's just a gray, which in the cat world is called blue.
Okay.
Blue is like if you were to go to a cat show, this color would not ever be called gray. It would be called blue, which is interesting because it's gray.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would call it blue.
Hi, pretty girl. She's
You
purring.
are pretty green eyes. Do you know the 3 colors that cat's eyes come in normally,
Green,
other
yellow,
than blue?
brown. Green, yellow, and brown.
Green, yellow, and a brownish. It's the amber color.
Oh, amber.
Yeah. Yep. Gold is considered the yellow. So gold, green, and amber, and then the blue is definitely for pure breeds, and you can get a pure breed in a mix. Like I had a Siamese tabby cat with blue eyes. So, but you know that something in there was pure breed at some point.
Oh, really?
Yep, something in there.
That's interesting. to
Yeah,
know.
was one of those pure breeds to mix with that. But a Siamese kitten can pop out of any cat anytime.
This is true.
It doesn't matter what the father looked like. There's just so much.
Mixing.
There's so much in the lineage and the heritage of these cats that have been all mixed up that my cat, that my beloved Nicholas, he popped out of a plain mom who had plain other kittens, and then poof, here he was, a Siamese mix.
Aww.
And you'll see that in these litters.
Well, we had one last year where we had this gorgeous, gorgeous mom, long hair, dilute calico or tortie, just gorgeous, and she had 5 black babies.
Yep, yep,
Gorgeous babies, don't get me wrong, they're sweet, but
yep.
it was like, why couldn't you have one that looked like you?
Right. And you know, one female can mate with multiple males. They can stay in heat long enough to mate with, if there's enough males in the area, they'll all find her. And then the kittens will actually have different dads. So you'll have
yeah.
short-haired kittens, long-haired kittens, this,
We've had
that, this, that. Oh yeah, you can see it. You can see that they're not actually from the same dad. The wall that you're focusing on, Andy, is a little montage of paintings, and I made the sign above it, Made with Love by Matt W. GCI Handler is Grafton Correctional institution, and we have 38 men in the prison program that do our fostering for us. They raise babies and moms. They work with hard to place cats that have catitude. It's a huge program, and we have Sandy and Carl Swanson, who are the coordinators of the program, who run the cats back and forth, and manage the program. But this was a gift given to us here at Kitten Crazy by a gentleman named Matt, who hand painted those, and I just thought it's so precious, and I thought we'd put it on camera and let people know that you know, that was where that came from. It's beautiful, and I thank you, Matt W. We're actually in January, and over at Quick Fix, we've been spaying cats that are already in heat, which is crazy for this time of year.
So.
It's the craziest time of year. We're going to see kittens in.
Yeah, that's going to be sad.
Coming
we're going to
in.
see in 9 weeks.
They're going to start being born in March. March, heavily in April, and that's going to be a problem for those outdoor cats because the snow is going to hit. And again, it happened last year that way again because it was so warm through January. They stayed in heat. They had those kittens, and they were picking up kittens in snowbanks, which is not normal.
So stop by and get an adult cat.
Yeah.
You want to end it? Or?
Yeah, and we're all good for today.
Well, thank you guys very much.
Do you want to end it?
We want to end it.
Let's end this thing.
Let's end this.
Happy New Year.